What's up, TNA Wrestling fans, and welcome to the first ever edition of the TN Addicts audio show here on TNAWrestling.com. My name is Bill Chapman.
And I am Doug Bateman. And as you notice, the show is called TN Addicts for a reason, because we're huge TNA wrestling fans. We went to TNA's website, we saw they needed a podcast, we said, hey, why not? Let's give it a shot. We were chosen. We were chosen for the fans. This is a fans show. We want to know what you think. We want to know what you want. We're going to set up an email account. You can send us suggestions, feedback, questions, anything you'd like to know.
Absolutely. This show was created specifically for the fans. And you hear that? That is a format sheet. That is not a script. So we're going to give you our opinions. We're going to give you exactly what you want to hear. And that's first and foremost news about what's happening in TNA wrestling.
Which leads us to Impact. And I can't help but think about this whole Abyss thing. I mean, I was so caught off guard by it. I mean, he goes down to the ring and he goes back up the ramp. He's looking at his scars and then he just takes off his mask. He drops it in the Impact Zone and he leaves. And I'm guessing he's done with professional wrestling.
And, I figured to see him coming out, ready for war as always. And we saw a different side of Abyss. I think all of the emotional and physical torture he has been through over the past several years, and more importantly, the emotional torture he's been through over the past several weeks, are finally taking its toll on Abyss and his career.
I agree, Bill. Another thing that happened on Impact, I don't know if it's Karen Angle or Karen Styles now. What's going on with that?
Doug, only time will tell in a situation like that, but I do know one thing. AJ Styles right now is a very, very happy man, and Kurt Angle is most definitely not. But something in this will eventually have to give, in my opinion.
I agree. Also, we got to give Joe and Nash credit. They are the ones that crashed the wedding. Joe did get his revenge on Angle after Angle socked him in the face, costing him the match. I think Joe's really out for Angle for revenge. Joe gave us some killer promos, which is going to lead us to Destination X. We had a lot of news from this Impact that's building up the Destination X pay-per-view card.
And this pay-per-view is can't miss. And let's go over the reasons why.
One of the main reasons for me, of course, is the main event. And Samoa Joe issued a challenge to Kurt Angle on Impact. And let's hear it.
We saw a declaration of war. And trust me, Kurt, I will go to war with the most unlikely of armies. You had to take your shot. You had to run out there and try to clip me. You know I'm next in line. And more importantly, you know I'm hunting you. So I've realized something. I will never get the shot I deserve. I will never get you in that ring one-on-one until I do one thing. And it's destroy the Angle Alliance. So I'll tell you what, Kurt, before I get my title shot at Destination X, if you got the balls, you bring your boys, you bring the Angle Alliance, and it'll be me in that ring. It'll be Big Kev, and by God, you better believe Christian will be there, and we take out the Angle Alliance once and for all.
Doug, obviously some very powerful words from Samoa Joe. The main event, as announced at Destination X, will be Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, and Kevin Nash taking on the Angle Alliance.
We also saw an Impact. Rhino has returned, and he had a challenge for James Storm in one of the most dangerous matches in TNA history.
Are you afraid of heights? Are you scared of falling? Over 2 stories high, over 2 tons in mass. It is the ultimate test in TNA wrestling. Prepare yourself as Elevation X makes its return to pay-per-view. Who will fall and who will stand tall? TNA Wrestling presents Destination X, live Sunday, March 9th on pay-per-view.
I cannot wait for that match, Doug. It should be can't miss. So we have Elevation X, we have the main event, and in addition to that, we have a grudge match between Booker T and Robert Roode. We saw what happened at Against All Odds. Booker T did not get exactly the revenge that he wanted, and hopefully at Destination X, that will all come to a close.
And the fans really didn't get what they wanted either, because there wasn't a clear winner. There's obviously more that's left in the tank for both guys. This feud is not over with. There is going to be a continuation. Jim Cornette has given the match to Booker T, but also what Jim Cornette gave Booker T
let's talk
was
about
a match with Kurt Angle.
And Doug, this is a tremendous match for Impact. Should be on a pay-per-view, could main event a pay-per-view
Easily.
but you're going to get it on free TV this week. Also, for fans of the X Division, you're going to get a three-way dance between Johnny Devine, Petey Williams, and Sanjay Dutt to determine the #1 contender for Jay Lethal's X Division title.
That match will also take place at Destination X. Also, Jim Cornette has a special surprise for the X Division champion, Jay Lethal.
It looks like Impact is shaping up to be a very, very good show. And for those of you interested in attending Destination X, check out TNAWrestling.com for more details, as tickets are still available.
On March 9th, for the first time ever, the superstars of Total Nonstop Action Wrestling invade Norfolk, Virginia with Destination X. Kurt Angle, Booker T, Christian Cage, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and many more. TNA's Destination X live Sunday, March 9th at the Norfolk Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets. The Norfolk Scope Arena box office are charged by phone at 757-671-8100.
TNA Home Video presents Turning Point. Close out your 2007 DVD collection with the last pay-per-view of the year. The match of 10,000 tacks. Awesome Kong versus Gail Kim for the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. And the main event that had the world of sports entertainment buzzing. Samoa Joe, Kevin Nash, and Eric Young versus the Angle Alliance. TNA Home Video presents Turning Point.
We'd like to switch gears here, and this is what we're going to call the open forum, and basically just what we want to talk about. Sometimes our goal is to cover up what's going on through the week, but there's certain subjects that we want to talk about to give kind of more detail into. And after the pay-per-view, I went to TNAWrestling.com, and I noticed that Jim Cornette has made a statement that the World X Cup is going to return, and I am extremely excited about this.
And Doug, let me point out here, I was heading back to my house from watching the Against All Odds pay-per-view. You give me a phone call, and I nearly swerved off the road when you told me that the World X Cup was returning to TNA. That's how excited I am for this. This is a perfect showcase for the X Division. And big ups to Jay Lethal, who with the help of the Motor City Machine Guns defeated Team 3D and Johnny Devine to reclaim the glory of the X Division and capture back his X Division title.
And with the World X Cup returning, the importance of the X Division seems like, to me at least, it's starting to return.
For those of you who are not familiar with the World X Cup, I'm going to let Doug explain to you exactly what the World X Cup is all about.
Basically, it's an international tournament, and you have teams, usually of 3 or 4, just kind of depends where they want to go, but it's usually between Japan, Mexico, USA, England, Canada. Who knows exactly who they're all going to throw in there, but it's going to be the best X Division wrestlers in the world.
And to see them be able to showcase their talents in that ring live on TV and possibly on pay-per-view, as we've seen with the previous Sacrifice pay-per-views in TNA history, this will be can't miss.
And I would say that it's going to be on Sacrifice, but I don't know, because I know that TNA Mobile sent out a text alert saying that they have a brand new interactive pay-per-view idea that I don't really know where they're going with that.
I have no clue. But one thing's for certain, if it involves fans being able to express their opinion on what they want to see, it's going to be can't miss.
Also, I think a lot of people might not know about this, but I'm really excited about it. Being a huge fan of wrestling action figures, they're awesome collectibles, and also they're great for the kids if they want to play with it. But I actually collect them. But anyways, TNA has just signed a deal with the best wrestling figure company in the world by far. I mean, these guys make the best wrestling figures.
Sure.
They are so detailed; it literally looks like statues of the wrestlers. I'm extremely excited to announce that TNA has signed with Jakks Pacific, and those figures should be available in the future. But let's switch gears. I want to point out basically live events. I mean, it's an awesome experience. I'm really proud of the attendance that's happened so far for TNA. We've always said that if TNA can just get a chance to go out to other places that people will come, and that's basically been shown.
Yep, and when you get the opportunity to experience TNA Live, it is like no other wrestling show that you will go to. You are getting pay-per-view quality matches. The guys are going out there to give you the most bang for your buck. And I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. If you're not a TNA wrestling fan, don't worry, because when you leave, you will be. I guarantee that. At the House of Blues show, that place was jam-packed, standing room only. They did have a small balcony where they had fans seated, but it was a madhouse in there. And Dixie Carter was out talking to all the fans before the show, and of course guys came out and signed during the middle and after the show.
And let me just talk about some things. When I got there and I saw standing room only, I saw that there was just a little bit of a stage, and the rest of it they'd be in the crowd. So I thought, well, no high flying stuff. We're not going to see any of that, and I'm not going to get my money's worth, so I'm a little upset right now. And then first match, they're all over the place. Even if they risk flying in the crowd, it didn't matter. James Storm took a suplex on the concrete stage. I couldn't believe it, okay? And then
so loud.
Homicide, he still did the flip through the ropes. Hernandez still did the dive over the ropes. You still got to see everything that TNA shows, it produces. It's the same thing. Live events are can't miss, I'm telling you. If they're in your town, get your tickets.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, Doug, TNA is making its debut in NYC. Coming up. Baby. Yes, finally. And Webster Hall, you still... Oh, no, wait. No, you can't. They're sold out, actually.
There's 2 other shows also in New York. If you want to get your ticket, get them soon, because like I said, Webster Hall, it's already sold out. Also, tickets are available for Destination X. It's a pay-per-view in Norfolk, Virginia. You can't miss it.
And, of course, Lockdown coming in April. Who knows where TNA will be holding that? They have not announced it yet. We don't know where they're going to be. But I can guarantee you, NYC, they're coming to your area. And you guys, I really want to give you a big thanks for supporting TNA Wrestling. You guys are extremely passionate about the product, and hopefully you guys will get an amazing show.
And all I can say, guys, is we're out.